Mr. Alessandro Romeo, the coordinator TCP, the Improvement of Agriculture Statistics for Policy from the FAO Sub-Regional Office in Samoa. Mrs. Helen Slot, well again, Helen, of the Agriculture Statistics Consultant FAO. Agricultural statistics stakeholders and users. I acknowledge the Deputy Statistician and of course the Reserve Bank of Fiji, distinguished guests, workshop participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, namaste and mbulu binanga to you all. I am indeed honored this morning by the invitation to deliver the official address at the Senior Management Advocacy Workshop on Agriculture Statistics. Sarah and I have been discussing this for quite a long time. The final workshop has to be senior officials of the ministry because we value the importance of statistics. Our junior officers, our field officers are doing their best to collate information and pass it on through but it's important that we value the importance of statistics, and I'm glad that this has finally come through, and of course I must acknowledge those that provided funding for this workshop as well. Let me begin by stating that the agriculture sector in Fiji has embarked on an ambitious agriculture development program under the Fiji 2020 Agriculture Sector Policy Agenda. In this regard, the increasing importance of agriculture statistics cannot be overemphasized. With accurate and timely statistics comes accurate, efficient and timely policy decisions, and therefore appropriate plans and development programs for greater growth. The ministry has placed improving statistics in agriculture as a high priority requirement for policy making and reviewing our development programs. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji is fortunate to have been selected as one of the first countries in the Pacific region to implement the Global Strategy Initiative. The global strategy to improve agriculture statistics is part of international efforts to improve the quality of agriculture information used in decision making. Towards the end of 2015, the Ministry of Agriculture, with the assistance of FAO, released an in-depth country assessment report, the Fiji IDCA, or the In-Depth Country Assessment Report 2015, which describes the existing agricultural statistics system, identifies data gaps, weaknesses, technical assistance and training interventions needed to improve agriculture statistics. Ladies and gentlemen, this TCP on improvement of agriculture statistics for policy with FAO focuses on capacity building for agriculture officers as producers of agriculture statistics. As part of this capability building process, these workshop objectives are to ensure the interaction with agriculture data users by understanding their needs, adopting a suitable methodology, and improving current data collection of agriculture production statistics. By the end of this workshop, the expectation by management is that participants, specifically senior agricultural officers and principal agricultural officers, must have the capability to produce quality agriculture statistics that will ensure formulation of effective agricultural policies. I look forward to your active participation in the discussions that will take place at this workshop, and wish you a fruitful 3 days of deliberations. Let me just add a few lines to this. Again, It's something to have data and information or statistics. But I begin to see that there is even a bigger challenge for us on how to utilize what we already have, the information that we have. And I hope that this workshop, Sarah, you can focus on that as well. It's something to have the statistics with us. But are we using it so that we can bring improvements to the institute, to the organization, provide better services to the stakeholders, and most importantly, addressing the outcomes that government expect of us? Let's only keep it for the sake of keeping it and looking busy with so many things. It will be useless if we are not able to use the data effectively. I've talked about the 2020 Agriculture Sector Policy Agenda, but I've mentioned to the Deputy Secretary of Agriculture and Development before we walked in, next week we will have to sit again, and relook at the way we are doing things, particularly alignment with the three big drivers of development, namely the Sendai Initiative or the Sendai Framework, because I'm beginning to ask, and I will pose this question to the management as well, what do we mean by climate smart, resilient agriculture? I want you to bring me with some fresh approaches to this. What do we mean by climate smart, resilient agriculture? We talk about it. Secondly is the Paris Agreement on climate change. You cannot isolate the two. They are mutually inclusive, I would argue. Sendai Framework, which is on DRR, disaster risk reduction and management, and of course climate change. We've had the Paris Agreement, and surprisingly, we were hoping that it would come into force by 2020, but it has come into force earlier than that, this year. And of course, the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. At least we have a policy document to guide us. I always say this, there is no such thing as a perfect plan. External environments change, it dictates the change within, so that we are relevant, so that we are current, so that we deliver. So we have again some exciting times ahead of us. I will not go into the details about SDGs, but you look at the first 3 SDGs. If there is one sector that probably links up to most of the SDGs, I would argue it's agriculture. So we'll have to relook at all this. I don't want to bore you with a lot of information this morning, but again, I hope that you will enjoy these 3 days. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, now it gives me great pleasure to declare the Senior Management Advocacy Workshop on Agriculture Statistics open. Thank you, Dhanyabad and Vinawalip.
Good.